welcome back. This is Syreni Pace, and we are back with another round of Lego Batman. And since we already wrapped up the story of Lego Batman, since it only has 3 episodes, we are now on the dark side of the Dark Knight story. First and foremost, should probably go and not fall off the edge. Hello, Miss Ray. Nice to see you. Moving up here. Should only take a moment to switch over to the other side. And now we're playing from Arkham Asylum. And we're of course opening up as the Riddler and Clayface. Even though we technically haven't unlocked the characters yet. Yeah, but it's kind of funny. Because, as I said, technically they're not unlocked yet. I do wonder what would happen if I beat a level from the Joker chapter and that will unlock the Joker before I unlock the Riddler and stuff. I wonder if that would make it like... There is no cam. I thought I fixed that. Right. I fixed it and then everything crashed. And now the camera is gone again. Don't worry, the camera will be back on momentarily. I hope. There it is. Beautiful, and it's all dark. Being 5 minutes delayed for the stream because you fixed the camera and then the camera isn't working when you go live. It's just superb. Superb. Now, to go. Actually, give me a moment here, because I think everything just froze. Okay. We are truly getting nothing right now, are we? Just fantastic. Fantastic. What if I... Doesn't change anything. Well then, technical issues this... Ooh, we're back! Except now I have to start the level and leave the level because cutscenes. Works like a charm. So they say. Yes, I want to exit. Because why would you want your stream equipment to work when you're streaming, right? Now we're going. And Two-Face's truck no less. If you guys don't remember this from the first episode, 3 episodes ago, which was a month ago to be fair, they want to rob Gotham Bank, I think. Or the Gotham Gold Reserves, or whatever it is. I'm actually kind of fascinated by the fact that there's dialogue in this game, but there's no voice lines. Stop thinking about it, because there are those information screens with a lot of text that I read every single episode. That's technically dialogue. Congratulations, Clayface, you're getting the key. When is a safe not safe? When the Riddler's in town. No safe is safe. And you, my face of clay, you will be my right hand. Well, for want of a more accurate term, my right hand man. Once we made it to the bank vault, nothing matters but the key. Pull yourself together and stay focused on the job. That is indeed a key. That coin always lands on the same way up, because that's the only way a Lego figurine can hold it. Makes you wonder what the point of flipping a coin in this universe is. Super strength. Give me the mini kits. I also finally come to a conclusion. I don't think it's worth completing this, even though I think it might be fun. I don't think it's worth completing this particular game, or this particular trilogy. Just beating the story should be serviceable with the amount of viewership I get on these. Oh well. Maybe the next show will give more views. Not that I'm super desperate for people viewing my content, but it would be nice to have more than one person visit me every time I'm streaming. So I have to keep that in mind if I want to say 2 people around. Small things, you know. Oh, smashing all those policemen. Said I do not have an awful riddle for that. Riddle me this, when does my stream equipment ever work? That's right, never! Go, smashing stuff, left and right. And swoop! It's kind of interesting that this game decided that Clayface has super strength. I think it is true that he has super strength. Oh well, not super strength per se. I believe he is stronger than an average human being, but his most acknowledged ability is what do you call it? Shape-shifting. That's where the focus should be. For that matter, they really made him a not very bright character in the Lego Batman, which is too bad, because Hagen is one of the more interesting Batman villains. There's also something ironic about his fate as an actor. I also need to be careful what I'm saying here, because Hagen is one of those characters I only know through Batman the Animated, so that may not be entirely accurate to his comic book incarnation. But as far as the Batman Animated series goes, Clayface is an amazing character. Unlike with most of the villains in Batman Animated, I can't help but feel a little bad for most of them, you know? Most of them are written so that there is some kind of tragic backstory to them, and it's not that you need a tragic backstory to create a sympathetic villain, but a lot of them feel like they're villains born of circumstance rather than villains born of villainy. The Joker aside. I know there's something in there, but I don't remember how I get it. Like, am I supposed to do this? Oh yeah, that was what I was supposed to do. Aha! Memory! Death to the policeman. Moving up. Hey dude. Want a battle? Sure, let's do this. There's enemies everywhere. Whatever shall we do? Huh, there's a door in here. There's a door over here. I guess they realized that that there has to be a way for you to get into a room. Otherwise, a room doesn't make sense. I remember a lot of video game rooms where they're just... I'm so glad I got that on stream. That is one freaky way of dancing. I believe that is Citizen in Peril. Yeah, I would be in peril too if I started phasing in and out of reality like that. Also, that bad guy that is supposed to be like choking him or something like that. It looks like he's trying to save him. No, my friend! I will hold on to you. You will not phase out of this reality into the next one. I'm having a blast with this. Sweet, sweet buggy goodness. Let's move forward. Quantum superposition. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Quantum superposition. Ever heard about quantum mechanics? Yeah, I don't care about those either. I sure as it can destroy the quantum physics as much as I like. The DC universe is actually full of sliders. About sliders in the DC universe. I've been thinking a lot about Duella Den lately. Mostly because he's one of my favorite characters. I don't even remember if I complained about it last week, but... Because last week I did talk about Punchline, and they're not really related at all, but... People tend to talk about them together because there's similar characters on an extremely surface level. But yeah. And need to be clear, Earth 3 Duella, not Earth 1 Duella from New 52, because fuck that. Not saying there's some potential in that incarnation of Duella, just saying that I really, really dislike that particular incarnation. She was grimdark for grimdark's sake, and she's the only version of the character that people are familiar with today, so it overshadows the legacy of the original character. But those are two reasons I really, really dislike her. It's because it's very obvious from a popularity standpoint, mainstream standpoint, that the new incarnation of Duella is at the very least a mixed bag. I don't like her, and it seems like most people either don't care about her, don't like her either, or anything along those lines. And a few people who do like her, well, she does have a fan base, a cult following. But a few people that do like her is not enough for her characters to stick around and stay sustainable in the universe, seeing as she was thrown everywhere when she was relevant. I love how the whole level loads at once, so that will not go away. Right, I need to smash that. But yeah, I should not sit here and just shit on a character. But there is an extra reason why I dislike her. I dislike Dweller Dent, the New 52 iteration, because her existence and the fact that that is what people associates with Dweller Dent from New 52 and forward means that the old character is more or less impossible to bring back into mainstream audience. She is unrevivable because this new iteration is in the way, and it wasn't even that successful an iteration. So yeah. Too bad. Lost. What do you call it? Missed opportunities, lost potential, that sort of thing. To be fair, I'm also unbiased. I'm not unbiased. I'm also biased as heck. I've been in love with Dweller Dent's character ever since I first stumbled upon her. The original version, that is. Since I first stumbled upon her back. Oh, I don't even remember how far back that is. It was back while the Teen Titans cartoon were relevant. I know that's a late time to discover her existence. It came through one of those Teen Titans Go comics, not to be confused with Teen Titans Go TV show or the Teen Titans Go comics that are based on the Teen Titans Go TV show. But the Teen Titans Go comic was essentially a run of comics that existed alongside the animated show from 2003 and kind of expanded a bit on some stories in the universe, or even had a few extra storylines with Tara from the Betrayal arc. After the show ended, they continued on. So if you ever wondered what a season 6 would look like, there's probably a lot of the stories in those comics that are essentially season 6 stories that never made it. Possibly. I'm speaking out of theoretically here, because I don't know the behind stuff from those comics. But there's a lot of interesting things like Geoforce, Tara's brother, appearing and wanting to know what happened to her, and then them having to explain that she died and became a statue, but she's alive and at school now. That was what can I say? He was confused. But he also accepted it in the end. It was a cute story. But there's a comic among those where there's a villain that claims to be all the Teen Titans antagonist's daughter. Starts with I don't remember who she starts. She goes through a lot of the well-known villains from the Teen Titans show. And then when Robin is trying to figure out who it is, he immediately assumes that she is Dweller Dent. because Trilogy has been known as posing as Joker's daughter and Scarecrow and other stuff in the comic books. That was a nice little reference that made me curious, and I had to look it up. As for spoilers here for that comic book, but as for who the bad guy in the comic itself was, it was Kitten, daughter of Killamoff, who was trying to get vengeance on Robbie Pooh. What did I tell you about not getting distracted? We don't have time for this. The bat will be here any moment. Fine, I'm leaving. And this is why we find Clayface in the middle of the bank during the first episode. I will go back to my ramble after the cutscenes. Ooh, gold. Continue story. That was actually an incredibly shorter level. Freeze! I'm taking you out of for ice cream. I know it's your favorite. We need your freeze cannon, and it's defrozen in your old factory. Come on now. I hope you're not getting cold feet. Ha! Perfect. Definitely the right pictures. Looks like we're already here. And I wasn't even paying attention to the screen. Oh no, I'm dead. How awful. Killing some cops. There we go. Oh, thank you for jumping down here. That makes you easier to kill. Where was I even in the middle of my... yeah, about that comic book. It was a passing reference, just mentioning her, but I had to look her up. And once I did... I wanted to know more. Because, let's be honest, with a character... what's it called? With a supervillain handle like Joker's daughter, you at least get passingly curious. So a teenage me just had to find it, and I read the comics that introduced her from what was it, the 70s, and I really liked her character. It's just essentially what happened in those comics was that Duella then first masqueraded as Joker's daughter, but then she masqueraded as the Catwoman's daughter and Penguin's daughter, and she just, in the end, she did all of this. I think someone was here. Anyways, in the end, she did all of this just to mess with Robin. Not even kidding. She did all that so that she could spend enough time fighting Robin to figure out his true identity. And once she called him out as Dick Grayson, she told him, "You'll make me a Teen Titan. I already proved my abilities." And at this point, of course, she's asked about the crimes she has committed and stuff like that. And she just Says, what crimes? I just did some practical jokes and I paid for the damages in the form of an anonymous letter. Just like you and Bruce do about your collateral damage as superheroes, which is also a nice little tidbit about the lore of the world, having Batman and Robin actually pay for damages as through anonymous letters. It kind of clicks things together, because often you wonder what happens with all the collateral damage, right? But yeah. So that works really well, and it was fun, and I know it was kind of silly, but it was also a comic from... It's also kind of silly and maybe a bit repetitive, because it was like, what, a 5-issue arc of her returning as a different character's daughter again and again. But it's fine and serviceable for the time and a lot of fun. And I just loved that. I loved it. As for why I've been thinking a lot about Joker's daughter recently is what's it called? It's because of Punchline. Let's be honest. Punchline came out and reminded everyone that Joker's daughter existed, including me. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people who saw her and thought that, of course, thought about her potentially replacing Harley Quinn as Joker's romantic partner, but also about how she's like the third clown character that has relations to the Joker in some manner. The third female clown character that has something to do with Joker in some manner, and of course people were gonna compare her to Harley, but of course she's also being compared to Joker's daughter. But I will point out that she is being compared to the New 52 version that I still dislike. Following up on that, is that all she did was troll Robin as a villain. After that, the character known as Joker's daughter became a superheroine that later changed name to Harlequin. Not Harley Quinn, but Harlequin, and it's as Harlequin and as a member of the Teen Titans that she honestly has been the most interesting, although I also preferred when she just goes by Joker's daughter, when she just goes by Duella Dent, because that creates the least amount of confusion. As for why the character isn't around anymore beyond the reboot version has taken her place. The reason for that is because she got killed during Countdown on one of the early sets of pages, and I'm not even sure why. I mean, the reasoning behind it was that apparently she was from Earth 3, which is why I refer to Duella Dent reboot and Duella Dent non-reboot as Earth 1 and Earth 3 Duella Dent. Usually. Apparently she was from a different Earth, and the Monitor didn't like what is it called? Alright. The Monitor didn't like people crossing over, essentially. He didn't like sliders and eliminated her. But that is just, it's such a minor plot point, the thing about sliders, compared to what's actually going on for Countdown, that her death feels cheap and pointless. Which is beyond that, because I agree with Linkara on Atop the Fourth Wall on one thing. I mean, I agree with him on a lot of things. We have similar opinions on superheroes often, but the one thing I'm thinking of, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I remember. Need you here. I need you to do this. It is that if you're gonna kill a character, no matter which character, you better make that death a statement. Like, it has to have meaning, because no matter how obscure a character is in a universe as vast as the DC universe, it's someone's favorite, and you're doing them a disservice if you're killing it without a proper send-off, essentially. And I agree with him on that sentiment. Definitely. And Dueladen was shot in the back while she was fleeing. That was not given a lot of context. And afterward, the monitor just casually talks about why she had to go at some point. And yeah, great, right? For a character that's been around since the 70s. Sure, that's a brilliant way to do it. And I still feel like that the Earth 1 version of her that came out later was just adding salt to injury. And what I mean by that is that after losing a character that I like that much, learning that she would get replaced by a grimdark character that was grimdark for grimdark's sake was not exactly the most cherishable memory for me as far as being a DC fan goes. I have to be honest here. If anything, it was slightly insulting. But I also know that the grimdark Earth 1 Dueladen has her fans, and you are entitled to like her, whatever. But I'm not gonna agree on liking her. Yeah. Ever. Whee! Final room. All of you. Thank you. Be dead. Thank you. Be dead. Thank you. Be dead. Come on. I want you to be dead. Huh. Come on, die. I know there was a lot of ranting and stuff, but that's what happens with me. I can rant a lot when it comes to my favorite characters. And I like ranting. I like talking about things that I love and hate about things that I'm passionate about. And that includes superhero stuff. I will say though, if Dueladen Earth 1 becomes relevant again, and Dueladen Earth 3 ever returns in any capacity, I mean, she could return due to the what's it called? She could return due to the fact that the world has been rebooted twice since she died, like New 52 and Rebirth. So she could be alive again without us knowing. If she returns, and the fact that she's a hero by heart, and Earth 1 Dueladen is a villain by heart, which also makes a lot of sense because Earth 3 is like the alternative world where the Joker is a good guy and Batman is a bad guy. So by that logic, it makes perfect sense that the Earth 1 Dueladen is a grim dark supervillain. So if both of them ever return, it would be nice to see a versus battle between them. There's something cool about counter battles like that. I mean, who doesn't enjoy when the Justice League are fighting the Crime Syndicate, for instance? In the same manner, it could also be fun to see the Jokester and the Joker duke it out. You know what I actually kind of want to see? Alfred Pennyworth and the Outsider fighting. I don't know if that ever happened in the comics. If it did, I need to read that because that would be cool. I want some logic explained, because if he can save these women from being frozen, well, 2 out of 3 of them, why can't he do that with his wife? There we go, solved. No need to be a villain anymore. We unlocked Mr. Freeze. We have a total of 5 characters. Woo us! Continue story. I never really liked you, Ivy, but you are growing on me. Oh, that one's good enough for the Joker. Those mutant wine seeds in the botanic gardens will give us the lift we need. Let's go, green fingers. Do not hurt the flowers around Ivy. She does not appreciate it. In general, I really like Pamela's character too. It's like an environmentalist who took it a bit too far. There's something to be said about that, and I also really respect her motivation, to be honest. It's also like, depending on how you look at it, is Ivy really a bad guy, or is she like a misunderstood good guy? I know the answer to that. And she proceeds to destroy her own planet on the level. Yep! That's Ivy for ya. Oh well, that's Lego Batman for ya. I know she's a bad guy. What she does to other humans is inexcusable. But sometimes you can't help but wonder. Doesn't it take a few eggs to make an omelet? And maybe it isn't so awful to crack a few skulls to save nature. I know what I just said is awful. And of course I don't mean that in all earnesty. But I get where she's coming from. The same way that you sometimes have to there are some characters that ask the question, is the safety of one person worth the safety of millions? Or is the safety of one worth the safety of all? And nature is well, the planet. It's everything we need to survive. So shouldn't saving the planet be a top priority? Is the question. And then begs the question of whether or not one life equals the masses, so on and so forth. I feel like I'm over-explaining myself here. My point is, Ivy is a complex character with complex motivation, and I like it. And I'm not necessarily agreeing with how she hurts other people to further her own goals, but I can see why she does it, even if I don't agree. That is the bottom line of what I'm trying to say. I know I'm good at, you know, over explaining something and then digging myself into a hole where I'm trying to over explain what I just said, and then I'm making it more and more what's called, and then I'm making it more and more hard to understand, or hard and hard to understand. Here we go. It's been a couple of short levels so far, though. We haven't even spent like half an hour in the game. We're already done with 2 of them. Let's see what's in here. Smack. Go through this. See, this is the what's called the downside of streaming. You're live and you don't have a script, so you can accidentally say things and phrase things in ways that doesn't necessarily reflect what you're trying to convey, and you're just sitting there trying to try and make up for that by explaining what you meant, and your mouth and words are just betraying you. That happens a lot while I'm streaming, and now I'm just like, you know, that's not what I meant. Oh no, what did I say? There's also like the oft case where you say something incredibly stupid and you're like, I should not have said that, and I don't mean that, but now I said it, and it's live. That also happens. And you just gotta accept that if you want to be streaming, if you want to be live and stuff like that. The only thing you can really do about that, if you feel bad about something you end up saying, is apologizing or explaining what you meant. Nothing else. Essentially, it's not like what do you call it? I hate how slow that is. Just going over, pressing the circle button. I have time to switch to a different character and double jump 3 times before the door opens. That's annoying. It's also easy to say dumb shit in the heat of the moment and stuff like that. It's something I can't envy people who doesn't stream but still makes YouTube videos, you know? They have a script that they can retake and edit things to make it as professional looking and nice as they want it to. I also do enjoy making videos myself, but it is it takes a lot of hard work, and I'm not saying that I'm lazy, but I'm saying that it's hard to do all of that hard work, and some people are not cut out for it. I tried to do it on a weekly basis a few years back, and it stressed me out. But I still want to make content. I still want to upload videos. So this was the compromise I had to make. Maybe I will go back to making a scripted video every once in a while at some point. That would be nice. But I definitely can't do that at the pace I want to make videos. And I know that I'm not obligated to make videos at any specific pace, at the moment at least, because I'm not getting paid for this. As it's just, you know, a hobby. Fun. Which is also, should also be obvious by my subscriber count or lack thereof. But I kinda like to set myself some goals, and I like to see things to completion. For instance, if I want to start making a few videos, I usually want to make it a series. And if I want to make it serious, then I usually get a lot of ideas, and I just want those ideas out there. So I start forcing myself to finish them faster, and it just gets me. It's like a really bad habit that I get. It's a similar thing I get with playing video games, for instance. Like I want to beat them faster because I want to know how the story ends, and so I force myself to beat them faster, which means I spend more time on video games than I should. And with that I don't mean more. I mean, you can never really spend too much time on video games, but like when you played the same game with barely any sleep 3 days in a row because you want to see the ending, that's when it becomes too much, you know. Luckily, I haven't done it to that extremes in quite some time, but still, sometimes it's just the same game day out and day in because I want to know where it takes me. And that's the same with videos. I want to know where it takes me. If it's a series, I want to get my ideas out there. I want to see it completed. And I'm not trying to build up my potential videos because the videos I used to make were trash. Anyways, well, that's usually how it goes. If it's been a couple of years since you made something and you're looking back at it, you're usually just sitting there facepalming all the things you did wrong and how you could do it better. That's always how it is when you're looking at something you created that far back. So yeah, I feel confident in saying it's trash. Trash that was fun to make. Trash I am semi-proud of because it is... I made it, you know? And that's sometimes just a comfortable feeling to know that you made something. Even if it's not as nice looking as professional YouTube stuff, you still made it. And that is fulfilling in on itself, you know? But yeah. That's just my curse. Too many ideas and too little time to make them. Okay. Death to you, death to you, death to you. Moving on. Okay, dude. There are apparently more policemen than I thought. Will you stop coming? Are you done? Apparently not. Let's get through here. I still love that that's a loading screen, but still everything is intact on the other side. Because it's one loading zone. I thought it's kind of amazing that it is a loading screen at all, since you can see the other side of the thing from here. Let's get this one through. Whoop-de-doo. What can you do? Ah, I lost some money there. Oh well. I will do better this time around. I will manage this. I will manage this. Not to worry. I can do this. This is heart-wrenching. I'm pretty sure this is not how this is supposed to be done. But hey. And... woo! Awesome! I did it! I am amazing, I did it again. I'm saying while I'm beating a game that is so damn easy. Like, the Lego games are dumb fun. They are collector funs. There's no real challenge in them per se. It's just mindless fun if you like to collect stuff and experience a simple narrative. It is like the perfect children's game in that sense. And I know children can experience difficult games and have a fun time with it. And I'm not saying that children are too dumb to not experience difficult games. But I feel like this is a really good all Lego games, to be honest, are really, really good baby's first video game, essentially. They're fun, they do what they have to, and they are intuitive to control for the most part. So yeah, as far as video game basics goes, this is nice. And the reason why I really like True, but that's kind of like just how did you put it when we played this together at some point? It's like good old video game secrets. And I agree. There isn't that many good old video game secrets where you find something behind a hidden door nowadays. Most of it is like, you need to pay for this because we prefer everything be DLC instead. Which they earn more money that way. Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think they do. But I'm not an expert on the subject. They might earn less money because fewer people wants to buy the games when half of the game is DLC locked, but probably not. They probably do earn more money because people are buying the game and the DLC now than they would just putting the DLC in as secrets or hidden levels or whatever. But secrets are fun, and it insensitizes the player to explore and see what they can do with video games. Even though some of them... And to be fair, video game secrets like that has been bullshit before. Like, the most bullshit video game secret I can think of, beyond the red brick, is from Crash Bandicoot. I swear, the hidden level behind a staircase of nitro boxes. That one really just... I mean, even if it's made to look like a staircase, I thought that was a trap. Because, duh, if you touch a nitro crate, you're gonna die, right? But no, staircase of nitro crates equals secret level. Of course. Do I seem salty about it? Because I am. When you're trying to find all of the hidden stuff in Crash Bandicoot, I swear, stuff like that really... The tell is that they're not bouncing like the regular ones. I guess I never noticed that. But even so, that's still troll. We're finally at the end of the level. Should only take me a few moments to wrap it up. But yeah, I'm honestly a firm believer that most children should get quality video games. should experience quality video games, and I consider the Lego video games for being quality video games. Same with this. I really hate when parents buy bootleg video games for their children because they want to save a buck. There are several reasons for that. One thing is that it's bad for the game industry. The other thing is that a lot of bootleg video games are like bad ROM hacks and stuff like that. Like Super Mario 8 and Sonic 11 for Game Boy Advance and Pokemon Diamond, which is actually a bad translation of Telefang, etc., etc. All of these things are like okay, did I just soft lock the game? I did not just soft lock the game, did I? Please tell me I did not soft lock the game. Do you respawn when you die? Please tell me you do. I think I... Oh my bloody god, I did not. I am glad he respawned after I beat the snot out of him. You consider this a boss? This is not a boss. I don't consider it a boss. I consider it a puzzle. It happens to be the end of a level. There doesn't need to be a boss in every level, you know. Yeah, that would have sucked. But yeah, because a lot of those games are butchered and bad, and it makes for very bad first experiences, which sometimes can turn young people away from gaming. Which there's probably a lot of concerned parents that would be happy about that, but it's just you and me now, Harvey. The perfect match. My endless questions and your coin to answer them. So flip one for me, old pal. Shall we break into Wayne Tech and steal their super laser? Not sure, but give you a clue. I'm still amazed that we only got one car level in the entire game. It's kind of sucky when you know there are like 10 unlockable cars or something like that, and you can only play them in one level. My point being is that that is just not a good way to experience video games for a child. And besides, video games are really can be very healthy for people. They are good at teaching you logical problem solving, and it's definitely healthier for you than television. For one key reason. On television, you just enjoy what you're watching. You don't really... You spend 20 minutes without really thinking. If it's a cartoon episode. Up to an hour if it's a ordinary television episode. Up to 4 hours if it's a movie. And up till the entire night if you're just zapping channels. It is bad for you because you're not spending time thinking for yourself, essentially. Is this a 3D model or is it a flat surface? I'm not certain. No, it's definitely 3D. It's actually 3D. Huh. Cool. I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. I'm not sure what my rambling was entailing this time. Alright, television. Of course there are good television that teach you stuff. And of course there are mystery television, thrillers, horror, a lot of different genres and stuff like that. But it's everything in moderation. I would love to do that at some point. Just to see where it started. Blue, red, yellow, and green. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about before so I can continue my ramble. Alright, television. Wait a minute, I'm having a déjà vu. I'm not saying that video games is the healthiest thing you could ever do in your life. If you do nothing but playing video games all day, you are definitely not gonna be the most mentally healthy person ever. That's gonna leave you unfulfilled in the long run. You need to do other stuff to keep your mind and emotional state healthy. But I will be of the opinion that on a base level, video games are healthier than television. Because it forces you to interact with what's going on the screen, which means that your brain is active while your brain is forced to be active while you're engaging with this type of medium. Oh no, Harvey, you drowned. That's also the whole thing with most of it being a lot of video games having to do with puzzles and quick thinking and stuff like that. Like even the Lego games, which are easy and simple. There's all these small puzzles that you have to figure out how to do and what to destroy and what to create. It's small fingers, not anything mind-boggling for an adult, but enough that you have a reason to stay engaged. this television being bad for you compared to video games. This is especially true when we start talking about comedy sketches. Because comedy sketches are short by nature. They are basically just a joke, and you enjoy the joke, and then you move on with your life. Correct? There's nothing wrong with that. Humor is good. But if you're watching something that is nothing but comedy sketches, you don't need to remember what happened and what's gonna happen next, and that's bad for your brain, because that means, well, bad for a young brain that is still developing, because that means you don't have to memorize things and you don't have to think about things. You can just sit down and laugh at whatever is going on. This is exactly why I think stuff like SpongeBob and Teen Titans Go should be not running on children's television. I was about to say outlawed, but no, I don't think it needs to be quite that strict. I just think that it should not be allowed on children's television. There's nothing wrong with shows like that for adults, but just keep it away from children's television, please. It just makes the children dumber. That's all it does. Action-oriented shows like superhero shows, for instance. Look at me, I'm totally not biased. Can you tell from the superhero game I'm playing? Joke aside, superhero story, for instance, has an antagonist with a motivation that is sometimes sympathetic, sometimes not. And they have an evil scheme that the heroes need to figure out how to deal with. And you're following on trying to figure these things out yourself. That is way more engaging, and to enjoy these kind of shows to the fullest, you kind of have to pay attention to what is going on. You have to memorize what the characters are saying, because otherwise you're not going to understand what's going on in the next moment. And that's important for developing minds. It doesn't even have to be superhero shows, it's just an example. Funny enough, I'm also against morals to an extent. Like, morals are good if they can be told in a subtle way, but I really can't take... I guess cartoons haven't done that in ages, but... yeah, I want to talk about it. So fuck it. Well, cartoons beyond My Little Pony hasn't done it in ages, that is. But as I said, and My Little Pony actually did it well, but... exceptions. Because when you force yourself to write around morals, like those that you back in the 90s, when after a cartoon end was like, and that's why you should always brush your teeth, stuff like that, it hinders the writing. And yellow, red, and green. It hinders the writing, and it can feel ham-fisted. Which is not good for the quality of the show. And children deserves quality shows. They really do deserve quality. Because children are our future. They're gonna watch cartoons and television, and they're gonna grow up, and that's gotta have an effect on what kind of person they're gonna be, how smart they are, and what kind of skills they have, to an extent at least. I know, for instance, that my vocabulary was always way advanced when I was young, because I enjoyed media that used more advanced vocabulary. Like watching Spider-Man growing up, he has an antagonist called the symbiote, which is a creature that survives that survives by finding a host and them enhancing each other. Although the symbiote is more, because it's a villain, it is often played up to being more of a parasite. But it taught me what a symbiote is, or what symbiotic relationships are to an extent. Then I watched Dragon Ball, and in Dragon Ball, I don't like Dragon Ball, by the way. I did as a kid, but I don't like it as an adult. I think I'm digressing. And there's a villain in Dragon Ball that has a move that's called Absorption. And Absorption, what that does is that it engulfs an enemy into this villain. He engulfs a different enemy into himself, and then gets that enemy's features and abilities. Literally absorbing things. But that meant I knew what absorbing meant, for instance. So yeah, small things. And I'm not saying that you need to learn everything you learn from cartoons, because that is a ridiculous dumb idea. What I'm saying is that smart cartoons can teach children a few things. Smart and well-written cartoons makes children want to engage with it, and it can make them smarter, and that's good in the long run. And I know I'm just speaking from personal experiences, and that did I forget to? I forgot to pull the lever. That's what's wrong. I was wondering what was going on here. Wow, I'm dead. Don't kill me. Ultimately, it's just better for our future if we give children quality entertainment. And why am I talking about this? I don't know, I'm just ranting. But the reason why I'm frustrated about this is because there's a lot of people who seem to use the argument, oh, but it's for kids. Or can't you just turn your mind off and enjoy something? Which, with all due respect, no. You do have to have a critical mind and think about what you're watching and enjoying, because that way you learn and grow because of the things you are enjoying, with the things you are enjoying, and that's the best way to enjoy stuff. That's when it makes you think and makes you grow as a person. And if it's for kids, that is even more reason to make it important and quality, because at that point we are helping children growing. And if we are helping children growing with trash entertainment, then they are gonna learn exactly that, trash and nothing more. They sure are having fun. Now for the final level of today. The freeze cannon, divine seeds, the super laser and the key. All pieces of a glorious puzzle. Put them together and what have we got? The Gotham Gold Reserves. Our prize awaits. I'm Batman. I'm a master detective. When the Riddler stole the key from the bank, I did not realize that they were going to go for the gold reserve, where the key fits into. Nope, I did not realize that. World's greatest detective. I know what I'm doing. Yes, yes, my minion. Destroy our only escape route out of here after we get the gold. Brilliant. Now that we can't escape. I swear, man, the Lego Riddler is a freaking genius. Harvey looks so done. Out of 10 would use master plan again. I mean, between destroying the only way back and then the laser not working, best freaking master plan ever. Sure are a lot of enemies here. I can get into the car. Can I destroy anything with the car? No, I cannot. So here's the question, what is the point of the car? I do not remember how to get through this level. But hey. We have like half an hour to beat this one level. This is like this has been one of the shorter episodes thus far, huh? I don't mind it too much. Length isn't everything, and sometimes it is nice to have a shorter episode. I know in theory I could just tackle a few more levels, but I kind of like the idea of every episode being like a set of 5 levels for an arc each. I really like that it is just perfectly worked out like that thus far, and I feel like I just wanted to stay like that, you know? Riddler. I hope that isn't annoying to listen to. I'm just spamming the triangle button until I find him. You were stuck all the way over here. Ugh, Enigma. You are an enigma. Whoop. Come on, I can finally. I love how these brainwash croonies walk. Like, he looks so drunk. Riddle me this, how did I get stuck in that? Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I fought with your soft locked again. I'm not even sure what happened. Is he too far away? Is that it? Can he get too far away? Come back here. I need to brainwash you. There we go. Hey, dude. Bye, dude. Okay, that sure was a lot of stuff. Now to really smash stuff. Almost that one. And like this. Let's continue. Onwards we go, we're gonna destroy everything. Oh, I see it, I see it. Oh, man. I do not like that helicopter. Let's see if I can get any further. Yeah, go for Nigma. I'm up here. And a hop, and a hop, and a... This is like the most impractical ladder ever. Like, imagine if people in real life made ladders like that. Yep, and you need to jump like an acrobat to get up here. That looks like a battery. I wonder if it is a battery. I reckon it is. I love the way that he's just like whoop 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 down. Looks so silly. There's a lot of nice and silly moments in the Lego games. I personally prefer the Lego Batman games just because I like the DC superhero theming. But all the Lego games basically play and feel the same, so... Maybe I should try out the Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Harry Potter and Lego Pirates of the Caribbean at some point too. I haven't even really played the Lego Marvel games yet. I'll always be more of a DC girl. Stop attacking me, will ya? I was about to say, what the hell are the SWAT members doing here anyways, but it kind of makes sense that the SWAT team is at the Gotham Gold Reserves. To an extent, at least. Oh, he was behind the pillar. Freaking assholes. Are you done? Like really, really annoying to deal with when they just keep spawning, and that's... Helicopter time! Woo-woo. I'm flying a helicopter, destroying everything in my way. Death to all on the ground. I'm shooting it with my helicopter. And I'm not getting any of the money. Boo! Boo! Can't even get in there. And more SWAT members. Oh, not even. Just people who work here. Who has guns. Of course. Actually, that doesn't surprise me. If people works at a gold reserve, they are likely to have some kind of self-defensive weapons. Right? I mean, people must love trying to rob gold reserves, right? I mean, it makes more sense to rob a bank. Sounds a lot easier with the for the pay, at least as far as personal crime goes. But if you want to fuck a country up, anyways, I should probably not say stuff like that. Then again, I can say whatever I want. If you want to fuck another country up, why not go for the gold reserves? Economy is everything these days. So destroying a different country's economy is, yeah. But then again, why would you ever bother with robbing a gold reserve then? And those, if non-personal situation, we're talking about country level warfare stuff. Why wouldn't you just blow it up? Well, I guess if you steal it and you can do it without being detected, you can fuck up someone's economy without actually starting a war. So I guess there's that. Not that the perfect crime exists nowadays. Should be relatively impossible to not be discovered. But should, well, yeah, relatively possible to go undiscovered if you ever try to commit a crime nowadays. Virtually, at least. There's just so much modern technology that makes it considerably easier to deal with crimes, essentially. I'm amazed how this brainwashed goon picking up money equals that I get money. I also just realized there's an icon for the brainwashed dummy. Look at that! Nice detail. Although the icon up here doesn't have hair. This guy does. I mean, the icon up there has a hat. This guy doesn't. Still though, a cool little detail. Really, why is this place filled with squad members? So many things to destroy. Oh, I'm behind it. And sweet. Add a 1 and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1 and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those hip movements. Two-Face is damn elegant, huh? Them Lego hips. I almost wish I could push it more just because that looks... I don't know, that's just animation quirks I notice. Maybe I was a bit too quick on the whole this time being shorter than the other streams. Because this level is long. Although I don't think there's too much level left. AI, stop being... Ah! How am I even supposed to do this? Okay, so if I stand here, the Riddler's gonna walk over there. But I need the Riddler to pull the lever to put Two-Face up there. But if I do this, and therefore put the elevator up there, Two-Face is gonna move his fucking ass over here. Nope, you're staying there. Nope, you're staying right there. You're staying there. Okay. Ah! Riddle me this. How am I supposed to deal with this idiocy? Okay. There's something shooting at me. Okay. Okay, so it did that because there was an enemy. Wow. An enemy that I couldn't see anymore. Who wasn't even really attacking me. Anyways. No, wait. No, that's not the case. He went over here where the AI was a step ahead apparently. I couldn't figure out how to go back. Until we went away and killed that. I don't know, man. That was annoying. Death to all the SWAT members. I spent an uncanny, unnecessary amount of time trying to figure that dumb thing out. Also, we're destroying gold left and right. Like, brilliant idea. Break into government gold reserve and start smashing gold instead of stealing it. Perfect. Best master plan ever. 10 out of 10, right? Why did that need a cutscene for the Riddler to walk all the way down here? Oh wait, now we can look at his hips again. Look at them hips. I believe this is it. I'm really fascinated by the fact that there's only one boss battle in the entirety of the bad guy run playthrough, and that's in episode 3 against Gordon. But there's a boss battle per level with Batman. I feel like that's too bad, honestly. Oh, my battery's running out. I should probably charge this controller before next week. I don't think it's gonna run out before we're done tonight. go. But yeah, I feel like that's too bad because I would have loved some more boss battle on the good guy's side. And you could even have done it without too much trouble. I know there's only one level where Gordon is in it from the good guy's side of the story. But it wouldn't have taken much to add Nightwing or Barbara to the mix. Could have had Barbara show up in the Clayface level. You know, having her knocked out on the side when you arrive at the bank. Because the Riddler and Clayface took out. Batgirl is around the same age as Robin. So she's an inexperienced superheroine who has an issue when it comes to the fact that she wasn't trained by Batman. I mean, she will be eventually once he decides to bring on the wing, but she was essentially a copycat vigilante at first. So her failing an assignment and then Batman and Robin comes along and picks it up from there is entirely out of the question. And you could also have Nightwing in one of those scenes and have him unlockable from that level. I don't know, man. There's just different potential boss battles that they could have had. I know it would be hard to make a boss battle per villain level because obviously they can't keep beating the good guys and there's only so many Batman related heroic characters that make sense to put in those kinds of situations. But between Alfred, Gordon, Barbara and Dick, I feel like there was enough for at least one boss battle per villain story. And not just one in the Joker's part. But yeah, I might just be crazy. But you know what? It's just cool in general that we got the villain side of the story at all. Like, it's not every day you get to play as the bad guys, and I really appreciated that growing up as a kid, that there was a bad guy part of the story back then. It was cool for my young 12-year-old mind. But yeah, definite fun. And with that, we're done for today, I guess. I mean, we're gonna watch the ending cutscene, but yeah, we did it in record time even. 1 hour and 38 minutes. %35.2%. Oh, when you skip the credits, you also skip the ending cutscene? Oh wait. No, that was the ending cutscene where we're dancing around the goal. Right, we first get captured during the hero side. I'm being silly. Okay, in that case, that's it. I had fun tonight. I hope you guys had fun too. And other than that, I guess it's time for me to be spawning out. Bye.